Hey, what's up guys, this is SNipEz, and welcome to part 3 of how to make this mansion. This is house number 12, and if you don't know where we are, go watch the other 2 parts so you can catch up. So we're going to continue making the mansion, and a couple of materials that you will need, I'm not sure if we've used before. We will need stone bricks and sandstone. I'm not sure if we used those in the last video. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to the back of the house where these 3 windows are. As you can see, we have this big open area right here. It's really open, and so we're going to fill it up and make it like a little patio. So you want to come to one of the corners and come out 5 with your stone bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And go all the way across until you meet up with the other side. And you're just going to fill all this in with stone bricks and making this a little floor. Hopefully we finish the house in this episode. We'll definitely see. I mean, there's a lot to do still. We have the roof to make still, and we have the floors, and I have decided I will do the interior for the house because a lot of people love the interior, so I will do that for you guys. So he's got to make sure we fill in all these spaces right here. I'm sorry if you can hear my controller. So after you're done laying the 5 blocks down, what you want to do is you want to take out your sandstone and then just stack it 2 tall, going all the way across to the other side. So just go all the way across. Really easy. And that's done. So now we have that done. Now what we want to do is we want to take out our gray wool, and we're going to make some pillars going all the way up 10 tall. So place 1. If you look at the windows, you have these 1 piece of gap, like this 1 block of gap. You want to place 1 block in each of them. So the other one's right here. And then come, let's see, we'll say 2 over. So 1, 2, and on the 3rd block is where you make your next pillar. So 1, 2, then on the 3rd block. And stack it up to where it's 10 tall from the grass. So we already had 2 down. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do the same thing with all the pillars. And you'll see why we're doing this when we make the roof. Let's go all the way up. There we go. Now we want to do, I forgot to mention this in the last video, we're going to extend the balcony out just a little bit. So you want to get rid of these 3 blocks right here on the side closest to the balcony part, or to the patio. Then you want to take out your snow, then come all the way to the edge right here with your snow, and then make an outline of it gray wool. Then do the same thing on the other side as well. So get rid of these 3 blocks, replace them with snow. Then you're going to keep going with the snow all the way until you get to this block. And then once you get to the window, you fill it in with the gray wool. Then boom, you have a more extended balcony. So now we are actually going to get started on the roof. So as you can see, it's a pretty big roof, and if you come over here to this one, you can see the roof is not just a flat, well, it's flat, but it's not just a rectangle. There's many different turns and everything to it. I'm not going to be able to make the roof the exact same because it is a little bit different house. This one is a little bit bigger, but we'll see what we can come out with. So the main roof is going to be made out of snow. So you want to take your snow, and then on the back part, you're basically just going to cover the entire house real quick. Make an outline of where the house is with the snow. So where every gray wool is, you want to place a snow block on top of it. So you're basically adding another row, another layer to the house. Really simple. It will get more complicated as we go. Do not worry about the pillars yet. We will get to those. So just keep going all the way around. We're almost there. And we will be adding more to the pillars. Don't worry about that. There's going to be, the front end is probably the most important part of the house, so I make sure the front end always looks the best out of everything. That's my number 1 goal, is to always have a house that looks good. Alright, so there we go. We have that done. And I didn't mean to there we go. Just placing blocks. That's never good. Alright, so now where you filled in where you put the snow, you want to fill in everything on top of it. So just fill in the entire floor, and the entire ceiling, entire roof, whatever you want to call it, with the snow. And then after you get done doing this, we can start adding the turns and the different designs for the roof. This is just to start off so we can get a basis of where we want to start. So like we said, this is a very big roof. So all you have to do is just fill in the entire thing from one side of the house to the other and just fill it all in with snow. I know in the first video I actually said we need white wool, but I meant to say snow. And I actually want to prove something to you guys real quick, because a lot of people think that snow will melt. We're going to come to the front of the house. Let me test. I'm going to place a piece of snow right here and a piece of glowstone right there. And when we come back at the end of the video, let's see if it's melted, because a lot of people think the snow will melt, and so we will see. So we're going to come back to the roof and just continue making it. Fun. Just fill it all in. I mean, we're not even halfway done yet, guys. It's a big roof. This house, when I first made it, the one right over there, the one in front, I wasn't expecting it to be this big. It just kind of turned out that way, and I love the design of it. I mean, the gray wool really looks nice. I honestly, my personal opinion, I don't think that the snow that I usually make with all my houses will not look that good having the base being all white. So I think going with the gray wool really had it was a good decision on my part. It was just one of those things that I made it, I loved it, and so I figured I'd show it to you guys, because this is actually probably my new favorite house. And there actually is a new mansion on this world that me and my friends were just working on, just because we were bored one day, and so I started making the mansion. He helped me out with the inside and a lot of the outside as well. I basically made the entire building. And maybe at the end of the video I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's definitely a really nice mansion. It's a more modern mansion. It's made with clay and stone and gray wool. I'm really starting to like gray wool. It's one of my new favorite things, if you couldn't tell. And we're almost, I think we're past halfway now. I need to clean my TV. My TV is dirty. Get rid of that. So we're still filling it all in. Again, if you guys are lost and you don't know what we're doing right now, we're just filling in the entire roof with the snow. This is not going to be all of the roof. It's not going to just be all this. It's actually going to overhang from the house, and it's going to have a lot nicer look to it. I probably should have turned off my notifications, but I did not. That was a bad mistake on my part. We're almost there, guys. So what do you guys think of the house? Do you guys like the house? Is it something that, I mean, like I said, I like the house personally. I'm not sure if you guys will like it or not. Hopefully you guys do. That's why you're watching the video. But I do get a lot of questions asking, what do I record with? What do I, like all that stuff. And I figured while we're filming this in, I'll give you guys a little bit of some answers on those. So I record with a HD PVR, and here pretty soon that might change, because I might be getting a Blackmagic Intensity shuttle. All depends on which one gets better reviews. HD PVR is the one I use right now though. It's a really good recording device. It has really great quality, which is what I love about it. I do not have the HD PVR 2. There is a new one. I have the very first one. So it's the big square one. The new one is black. It looks a lot more sleek, and it's really nice looking. I also get a lot of questions asking, why would I use snow and wool when I could use iron blocks? And the reason for that is I don't like the look of iron blocks. I only like them for some things like garages, just because you can see every single texture on it. Alright, now you can see the roof does not look too good right now, but we filled it all in with snow, and we're going to come to each side and place one thing of snow on this pillar, this end pillar, and come out 3 from this first block. So 1, 2, and 3, and then come out 6 from this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and go all the way across and do the same thing. Now as you can see, we're going to have a big overhang for the house now. So we're to this pillar. Then replace one on the top pillar, on top of the gray. Then 1, 2, 3, and come out 6. And then fill this all in with the snow. And here pretty soon, guys, I will be showing you guys, I'm thinking it may be going to be for my 20,000 subscribers when I get those. When I get that many, I'll make a video on how I record my setup and everything. Because I know some people have been asking for that as well. And I figured it would actually be a really cool thing. Me and my dad are actually in the middle of planning a new design for, because I came up with an idea to get a better setup for everything, so it'll be a lot easier to record. And so I'm switching rooms and I'm getting a better setup, and then so once that's all done, I will record that for you guys and put it up on my channel, so you guys can see my setup for how I record and everything like that. You can see all my games I have, what I do, how messy my room is. I have a shitload of clothes. Alright, so that's done. Now what you want to do is you want to come to the side. Okay, we're still going to be in the front of the house. You see where this starts of sandstone? You want to place one thing of white wool there. Come to the other side, place one right there as well. And then come out one more, so it should come out 2. And then come all the way across until you meet with the other one. And then fill in the one more row with snow. So boom, now we have that. Now we're going to come to the sides. As you can see, the sides are still really plain. We're going to come out 2, 1, 2, and go all the way to the back part of this house, to the back part of this wall. So then it should be like this. Boom. Now you want to come to this part that comes out and meets with this part of the front house, or this part of the, I'll just call it a platform. And you want to come out 3 from this corner. So 1, 2, and 3. And then again, fill it all the way in right here. Now we want to come to the back of the house. And the back of the house, as you can see, we still have these 4 pillars here. And we're going to fill in with snow all the way to the pillars. And on top of them, this is not going to be the entire thing for the back. We're going to add a little bit more detail to it. But this is just a start. And so, once we're done with this, we can put some more design into it. And then, boom, there we go. Alright, so now, after you get done putting the snow on top of the pillars, you want to come out 3. 1, 2, 3. And then come all the way to the other side, do the same thing, and fill it all in. I do not want to join your party right now, I'm a little bit busy. So that's what it should look like so far. Then from this corner block, we want to come out, or come back 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be just on the other side of the pillar. Then come all the way to the corner, right here. And fill this all in with the snow. There's a lot of filling in this episode. I'm going to fill you in. So we're just going to keep filling this all in. We're almost done with the roof, guys. And this is going by pretty fast. And so the house is almost done. It's a miracle. It's taken a long time to get this finished, but we're doing it. So then do the same thing on the other side. Again, if you weren't paying attention in part 1, this house is symmetrical. And if you don't know what that means, it means that everything is the same from side to side. So you can cut it in half. It'll be the exact same on one side as it is on the other. So we're just filling this side in. One more row to go after this one. Then we'll mainly be done with the roof. You gotta add a couple more finishing touches to it. But other than that, we're gonna be done. So, boom! There we go. Now, alright, so as you can see, the pillars are still even with this piece of snow right here. So we actually want to come out 2 on the sides of the pillars. And come all the way out. Then do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2. How are we looking? We're looking really good so far. I'm liking the look of it. So then 1, 2, 3. Do the same thing on the other side that we did on this side. And then this side or not. We didn't. So on this side part of the house, you want to come out 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. And fill it all in. Fill it all in. And you want to come 2 blocks away from the edge. You don't want to go all the way to the very back. You want to come 2 blocks away from the edge. Right here. You can see we have 2 blocks of space. Now I would go to the other side and do the same thing. So 1, 2. Good. Again, we're coming 3 blocks out. And then, alright, so the roof is almost done. We have around 90% of it done. We got to add one more finishing touch to it. So we want to take out our gray wool, and in front of the snow, we want to replace, or not replace, but you want to lay a row down of gray going all the way around the house. Just an outline of the roof. So you're just going to do all this. All you're doing is making an outline of where the snow is. And this really makes that roof look a lot better. I'm not sure why it does it, but it does. Oh, my friend VJ just got on. You guys should send him a friend request. He loves them. So then let's fill all these in. We're almost all the way around the house. And we're making some pretty good time. Boom. Oh. So I'm thinking, because we're not, like I said, we're not going to finish the house in this episode. And so this is going to be the longest house the longest episode of house I've made. Surprisingly, the really huge mansion only took 3 parts. I thought it would take more than that. But then again, all those videos were 20 minutes long. I'm trying to make these not as long, because I know it is hard for you guys to focus through 20 minutes of building. But, so I'm trying to cut that down a little bit. And then we're all the way, oh, okay, we're not done. And we are done with the roof. And let's see how it looks. And the roof is looking really good. I'm liking the look of it. So let's come down to the front and see what it looks like. Looking good. Coming around to this side, to the back part of the house. See how it looks? Again, looking good. And we want to take our glass panes out and come back to the back part of the house and to the balcony. And we're gonna, where the gray wool is, we're going to put the glass panes on top of it for the railing. So then do the same thing on both sides. So we're done with that side. Come around to the other side, do the same thing. So wherever you see gray wool on the back balcony, you want to put a glass pane on top of it. And boom. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching part 3. Stay tuned in next Friday for part 4. I'm guessing in part 4 we're actually going to finish the entire outside of the house. We're going to add some more windows. We're going to add the floor. And then in part 5, we are going to make the interior for the house, because I know you guys will love that. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe, and stay tuned in next Friday for part 3. Or part 4, my bad.